We probably only have a maximum of 7 to 10 seconds to get that first impression correct, so every second counts. We're also quick to make snap judgments today. We can't just leave anything to chance. When you first see the client, make eye contact. Don't burn a hole in the recipient's head, but hold eye contact at the start for around 6 seconds and smile. This conveys consideration, reliability, confidence, all attributes we are looking for in our business partners. Ikimasho! Let's get going. This is the Sales Japan series. I'm broadcasting from Minato-ku in Tokyo. I'm your host, Dr. Greg Story, President of Dale Carnegie Training Japan. You are listening to this podcast because you are a motivated student of sales who wants to do even better, make your sales life easier, and enjoy the rewards of success. Our show is brought to you by the Sales Advantage course. This is the bedrock course for salespeople who want to become professionals in selling. We host it in-house or we have public programs. If you want to improve your sales results, then contact me at greg.story, that's greg.story, S-T-O-R-Y, at dalecarnegie.com. We have lots of free information for you at japan.dalecarnegie.com. So check it out. This is episode number 2, and today we are talking about how to be likable and trustworthy in sales. It's always been astonishing to me how hopeless some salespeople are in Japan. Over the last 20 years, I've been through thousands of job interviews with salespeople. We teach sales for our clients, and so as a training company, we see the good, the bad, and the ugly. A very broad gamut of salespeople. We also buy services and products ourselves, and so are actively on the receiving end of the sales process. Well, actually, that is a blatant exaggeration. There are almost no salespeople operating in Japan using a sales process, but there are millions of them just winging it badly. Why? On-the-job training, OJT, is the main training pedagogical system in Japan for training the new salesperson. Now, this works well if your boss has a clue and knows about selling. Sadly, there are few sales leaders like that populating the Japan sales horizon. So what you get are hand-me-down techniques that are ineffective, and then, even worse, these techniques are poorly executed in the hands of the newbies. We like to buy, but few of us want to be sold. We like to do business with people we like and trust. We will do business with people we don't like, and very, very rarely with people we don't trust. Neither is our preference, though. The million-dollar question is, what makes you likable and trustworthy? Building rapport in the first meeting with a prospective client is a critical make or break for establishing likability or trust. When you think about it, this is just the same as in a job interview for sales. In both cases, we enter an unfamiliar environment and greet strangers who are brimming over with preoccupation, doubt, uncertainty, reluctance, and skepticism. If a salesperson can't handle a job interview and build rapport straight away, then it is unlikely they're doing much better out in the field, regardless of what is glowingly written down in the resume. So, what do we need to do? Strangely, we need to pay attention to our posture. It is common sense, really. Standing up straight communicates confidence. Also, bowing from a half-leaning forward position, especially while we're still on the move, makes us look weak and unconvincing. So, walk in standing straight and tall. Stop and then bow or shake hands, depending on the circumstances. Smiling at the same time would also be good, depending on the situation. If there is a handshake involved then, at least when dealing with foreigners, drop the dead fish or weak strength grasp or the double hander, gripping the forearm with the other hand. The latter is the classic insincere politician double hand grip. Some Japanese business people I've met have become overly westernized in that they apply a bone crusher grip when shaking hands. Recently, I've met a couple of Japanese businesswomen who are trying to outman the men and are applying massive grip strength when shaking hands. It sounds very basic advice, but please teach your Japanese team how to shake hands properly. Too weak or too strong are unforced errors which impinge on building that all-important first impression. By the way, we probably only have a maximum of 7 to 10 seconds to get that first impression correct. So every second counts. We're all so quick to make snap judgments today. We can't just leave anything to chance. So when you first see the client, make eye contact. Don't burn a hole in the recipient's head, but hold eye contact at the start for around about 6 seconds and smile. This conveys consideration, reliability, confidence, all attributes we are looking for in our business partners. We combine this with the greeting, the usual pleasantries. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for your time today. Now, what comes next is very important. We segue into establishing rapport through initial light conversation. Japan has some fairly unremarkable evergreens in this regard, usually talking about the weather or about the distance you have traveled to get here, etc., etc. Don't go for these bromides. Try and differentiate yourself with something that is not anticipatory or standard. Also, be careful about complimenting a prominent feature of the lobby, office, or the meeting room. I was in a brand new office the other day, and they have a really impressive moss wall in the lobby. I will guarantee you that my hosts have heard obvious comments about the moss wall from every visitor who has preceded me. Wow, what an impressive moss wall. Or, wow, that is a spectacular entry feature. Boring. Teach your salespeople to say something unexpected, intelligent, and memorable. In this example, have you found that the team motivation has lifted since you moved to this impressive new office? Have you found your brand equity with your clients has improved since moving here? This gets the focus off you, the salesperson, and onto the client and their business. For example, if you're a training company like us, you definitely want to know how the team motivation is going, as you may have a solution for them. Having a good stock of conversation starters should be basic for every salesperson. It might mean imparting some startling statistic that they may not have heard. For example, I read recently that the number of young people aged 15 to 24 has halved over the last 20 years. Are you concerned about future talent retention as demand exceeds supply? We might educate the client with some industry information they may not be aware of, but which would be deemed valuable. An example would be Dale Carnegie's recent research into engagement amongst employees found 3 critical factors impacting motivation: the relationship with the immediate supervisor, the team's belief in the direction being set by senior management, and the degree of pride in the organization. What are you seeing in your organization around the area of engagement and motivation? We face a lot of competition for the mind space of our prospective clients. Busy people have a lot on their mind, and we are an interruption in their day. Some of our prospective clients may be moving continuously from one meeting to another, so the attention span is shredded and the details begin to blur. They may have their eyes open, but don't imagine their mind is in the room and focused on you. To counteract that possible external preoccupation and to get them back in the room with you, use a question. If I suddenly asked you, what month were you born in? I will guarantee I have your 100% attention. So questions are powerful disruptors of preoccupation, and we should have a stock of little beauties we can wheel out when needed. For example, most people I talk to say Abenomics is not having any significant impact on their business as yet. Have you seen any benefits yet? Another might be, my client's opinion seems to have changed. They are becoming more concerned about the possible future increases in consumption tax. Is that an issue for your company? We want them talking about their business because this is going to provide us with insights for a later time and a later line of questioning as we try to uncover their performance gaps, needs, aspirations, etc. The very first seconds of meeting someone are vital to building the right start to the business relationship. In modern commerce, we are all so judgmental and quick to make assumptions. Dressing the wrong way may even disqualify us before we even open our mouths. Simple initial errors in posture, greetings, and conversation can be our undoing. Let's get the sales team's basics right and make sure they are totally nailing that first impression. So, key action items from today: refine an image through dress, posture, and eye contact that projects confidence. Stock your opening comments such that they are really well differentiated from all of your competitors who have swanned in ahead of you. Provide useful business references to introduce something new to the client that gets the attention off you and onto the client's business. This is the rapport building stage of the sales process, and it is both a science and an art we need to perfect. Thank you for joining the Sales Japan series. We hope you enjoyed today's show, brought to you by the Sales Advantage course. As mentioned, if you want to do better in sales and waste no more time or effort, contact me at greg.story, that's greg.story, STRY at dalecarnegie.com. For further help, head on over to japan.dalecarnegie.com.